Hey everyone, up north at my bonsai oasis, I've got an angle grinder in hand with a bit that's going to go through all my rebar. Yeah, I've got to take these rebar 48 inches long, 4 feet, and I got to cut them in half. And so I did my test one off camera. This angle grinder is going to work. We got through 29 more for the foundations for the cabin. So while I wait for the excavator guy to call me, I still got prep work to do, so time to get to work. Welcome to Bonsai Acres. And there you have it. Wow, I always wanted one of these tools. I thought it'd be pretty cool. This blade will be done by the time I'm done with this stack right here, I'm sure. But I do have a thicker one. I didn't know what size to buy because this tool's new to me. And so this one is 1/8 inch instead of, what do we got here? It's too dirty to even see. 1/16 of an inch perhaps. Whew, that one, I don't know, that could be dangerous. So yeah, we got to measure 2 feet. We got to see our magic spot, eyeball it. I don't have a marker with me at the moment. So right in there, only 28 to go, my friends. You know, that's pretty amazing. This is 1/2 inch rebar, and this little blade on this thing is cutting right through it. That's pretty amazing. You gotta love having the right machinery. Just saves life, saves a lot of extra hard work. Working smarter, not harder. Let's continue. And there we have it. Now I need 60 of these in all, 30 cut in half. This isn't all of them, but yeah, let's look into the next phase. So we have 3 main components of what's going to be the rebar set up in the footings for the cabin. I've got my cut rebar. I've got 8 pieces here. We're going to put a couple of models together here. And then I've got a whole box full of the plastic things that keep it off the ground. So we'll open this up and we'll show you these. Now, these are like 35 cents a piece, but I didn't want to grab 60 of them, so I bought the whole box because Lord knows when I'll maybe need some more, and I wasn't going to quibble over a couple of dollars in this case. I wanted to go ahead and be, easy. So the rebar is going to sit into these beautiful cups here. There we go. Keeps it off the ground. And then the footer cement goes in there and it keeps it extra sturdy. Now, 2 is not enough. What most everybody does, standard procedure, is going to be to crisscross and have kind of a tic-tac-toe board, 3 in a row. And so the plastic things hold, these stay here. And what do I need? Well, I need a couple hundred of these. We need 4 per footing, so that's 4 times 15. So again, hey, something like about 60, eh? And so these are pre-done wires, all ready to go for us. So we're going to loosen them, and they're on this wire that keeps them all together. Isn't that nice? So they don't get all messy. And there we go. We need 4 of them. And then this is always the awkward part because, you know, you just got to find your rhythm. We put these 2 things around. We got the old twisty tool here, and you grab both of these with your twisty tool and you start to crank. Easier said than done. You gotta, oh, I missed one of the loops. And there you go. It's wrapped around there. You tuck it down here. This side is on. So, you know, after I do 60 of these, I bet you I'll be pretty good. In the first few times that you do this, it is really awkward. This tool is loosey-goosey, but you just get it. Oh, see, I dropped it again. And there's got to be a method to make this easier. Couple of twists. There you go. Oh, fell down. We don't have to worry about that till we actually put the structure together. There we go. There we go. Come on! Come on, stay up for Dave. Oh, now it's all tied, so it's harder to do, right? Yeah. So, we're going to go ahead and tie the other ones on, and we're going to be in good shape. Now, I don't have to tie them on these things. That's probably making my balance all messed up. So, there's our tic-tac-toe on the ground, and then we'll go ahead and we'll feed it through and do it on the ground. Because it's not as wobbly. Maybe pulling up is the key, huh? I keep dropping it out of here. Maybe you have to go all the way. No, I think you leave it on the hook. It is just really weird at first. So it's on there. It's wrapped around a couple times. So there we go. There's our tic-tac-toe. Now again, this is loose. I didn't go incredibly tight, so I could probably move these rebar a little bit as I have to. And again, we made our foundation boxes 25 by 25. These right here are 24 by 24, here to here and here to here. This is going to fit. Oh, come on. It's really giving me a hard time on camera today. All right, that's uneven ground too. There we go. So 24 by 24 will fit in the 25 by 25 off the ground. And then the other rebar, the 4-foot ones, will come down and go here, 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 and here. So the sonotube can be right in the middle. So we'll come up with some concoction to measure all that out and make sure it's all nice and good. So there you go. The first tic-tac-toe rebar put together. Got 2 tic-tac-toe rebars ready to go. We just need, what did I say? We need 15. Yeah, we only need 15 of these, but that means 60 of these and 60 of the, oh my gosh, there's a lot of stuff to do. But we have 2 down, we have 15 more to make. 13 more to make. I can do my math. Well, there it is. Didn't take too long, about a half an hour or so. We've got 15 tic-tac-toe squares for our rebar horsefly. And these will be going into the foundations here in the next couple of weeks to get this cabin going. Nice little stack of rebar. Well, a beautiful good morning to you all. The sun came out. Forecast was for cloudy all day, windy, and a high maybe of 70. I thought today I wouldn't sweat so much. Yeah, we know better than that. I got some logs here. What's going on? The steel was fixed, that's right. I got my steel chainsaw back and we pulled out a couple of the logs from the weeds from the summer growth and I just went to town. I got some right back behind you there that were sitting over there for the last couple of years. And one of the down trees back here behind me, one of the down trees, we cut that up into some chunks too. So guess what? We need to put that somewhere. And I bet you know where we're going to put it. Yeah, over yonder there to the left and back of the cabin is going to be that firewood holder. That is built. Let's go make that pile right now. As the sun comes in and out of the clouds, I cleaned up the 3 areas that I had cut up this morning and put them in a pile right here, in front of the firewood holder. We got to come up with a better name for this place. Maybe we'll call it Big Red. Big Red. So I got all the wood right there in front of me, in front of you, and the next thing to do is the real romantic thing, right? It's always that real romantic lumberjack feeling that we're going to get an axe out here and we're going to start chopping firewood. It's fun for a little while. Of course, then it gets really, really tiring. I would imagine one day I'm going to get one of those little tiny, about this size, electric wood splitters, and I'll just plug it into my Blue Eddy solar power station, and I'll be able to save a little bit of the muscles and the backs and all that kind of stuff. However, you know, you don't use it, you lose it, so it's kind of like going to the gym. I don't need to go to the gym because I can do this with this and an axe. But before then, I might need change number 2 for the day, a little bite to eat, and just a little rest. I'm gonna rest and be safe. All right, we'll get you in a sec. Well, after putching around for a good portion of the day, a couple of loads of dirt, some more trees toppled, we'll show you that a little bit later. It's time to go ahead and do the romantic thing I mentioned. Yeah, it's time to chop some firewood the old-fashioned way with an axe. Yeah, a lot of work. Got to have a good base chunk of wood to kind of put your wood on. That's always good. The greener the better, because then when you chop right through, you're not going to cut that one in half. So I have no idea how dry this wood is, how hard this wood is. So you get to see my first chop of the year of the property, the first one. Do you think I can split it in one shot, or is it going to take me several, or am I going to make a fool of myself and knock the whole thing off that? Let's see. Let's see here. All right. Ooh, yeah, that's harder than I thought. Not too bad though. Good. That means it's good hard firewood too. It's not going to be all spindly, and I thought that second one would go through. How many licks does it take to get to the center of a Tootsie Pop? 1, 2, 3. And that was a clean shave on a part that wasn't even near the other 2 chops. Sometimes that's the way chopping firewood goes. Now, as I mentioned before, I kept these into real small chunks because I'm planning on having a pretty small fireplace. With a small cabin, small square footage, you just don't need a monster fireplace, and you'll be able to keep your house, your cabin, in pretty good shape. So small little pieces of wood here. And so that'll be a beautiful chunk of firewood. Now the fun part about this is, remember I told you how big this thing was? 1, 2, 3 full rows, and still room to walk on the front lip with this size. Now this is about 10 to 12 inches. Some are bigger, some are smaller. So biggest trick is always to get the balance of the wood you're chopping. There we go. We got 5 pieces of lumber to stack in there. Let's make some more. Okay, now let's try one of these bigger ones. Now there's a crack down the middle, so this one is a little bit more rotten, so you can see it came from the same tree. Almost looks like it was right at that cut. All right, let's do it. Yeah, soft in the middle, but a softer tree in general too. All right, I got a center cut going. See if I can get the top part of that center cut. Aha! Yeah, not too bad. I think one more down the middle should do it. Woohoo! Still some ants in there. Yeah, this one's easily a foot plus compared to the last ones. So, a couple different sizes to work with. Keep that fire alive in the wintertime. All right, now as romantic as that is, I think that's all I have for today. So I'm going to go ahead and stack my first stack of wood back here on the right side. First cut to the last cut, or maybe I should do first cut to the last. No, I'm going to do first cut to the last cut because this will dry out the fastest, and we're going to go from right to left as I come grab wood during the fire season. So I should stop talking about it. I really just have to go pick up some of that wood now and start stacking. Well, there we have it. My last sweat job for the day. We got the old axe and did it the old-fashioned way. And we got 3 feet by about 3 feet, well, 3 on the bottom, firewood. Now we could do that out to here, then out to here, and twice, 3 times as high. So this place will store a lot of wood, which means a lot of work. But come this fall, I already have a couple of nights worth of firewood. And I got all the rest of the summer yet, so this is fantastic. So let me show you down by the river a quick update I made and a couple things that came to the ground. So just behind me here, there were 4 poplar trees that were dead. I got the first 2. That big one is a goner, and the small one to the right of it's a goner, so that's future. But today I got the littler ones. This guy right here, that's how dead it is. I can actually lift it up, so pretty dead stuff. So that'll be for the fire pit, probably not the fireplace. But that's poplar number 1, and just over here, we grabbed another one. So right next to the great big red was another poplar tree that wasn't doing so well. So we downed that one too, and we got some small chunks for, who knows, indoor fireplace, outdoor fireplace. We got plenty of wood. We had another tree, poplar again. This one is an old one. And I was going to fall across my 4-wheel drive path, I thought, but I wasn't having any of it. So I had to tie up some rope here onto the 4-wheeler, really long rope. This is over 50 feet of rope, and a little extra gentle tug, and we got this thing down here over the path. Now, I would cut this up so I could 4-wheel on this path, but strange enough, you know, I fixed the steel chainsaw. The pull on it was fixed by the good folks at Ace Hardware. And after I downed this one and tried to start to maybe chop some more stuff up, I went to go pull to start it up again, and the cord stayed attached to the cord attachment, but it didn't stay attached to the handle. So the little knot that keeps it in there, whoop, it just came right out. So I had to open it up and try to reassemble this thing by myself, and I tried it. I got it started twice, but the cord won't coil back up. You know, like tape measure goes out and you push the button or you let go and it comes on back and that coils back up. It's not coiling back up. So I gotta watch a couple YouTube videos this time. This one I might be able to figure out because the piece is attached. It's just not coiling up right. So no 4-wheel in here, but we still can enjoy a Shinrin Yoku. And last but not least, I brought down 4 more trailerfuls of dirt, and I shoved the rocks back and put them in this barrel here, and I got another couple inches of dirt here, nice and flat through these 2 trees. We got a poplar and I think an ash tree, and yeah, it's nice and flat here now. Get another 1 or 2 right in here, and then we'll fill more up in here for when the water overflows. But just looking a little bit more level and not as forced as it was before. And I'm really starting to like it. You know, this is going to be a multi-stage process, but every time I have an hour to do this or a half an hour to do that, it's starting to make it look really fantastic. So great progress. Now, got to start a fire to burn all of that. So earlier with the chainsaw, I cut these old telephone poles in small chunks. Those would be great fire logs for here. Kind of a big fire, but that's going to be put on here. This is some of the brush from last time we did all that clearing. And then I have all this big old wood from another year or so ago that's been sitting and drying in big pieces, but they're not going to be used for indoor firewood, I don't think. They could be if I cut them up some more. And then this guy. This is one of the stumps that I was cutting off some of those big pieces earlier, and I thought I would experiment with having a nice, good old-fashioned log chair for people to enjoy the fire. So I thought I would tuck it somewhere in here. We'll get some dirt in here to level it off. And yeah, you could roast some marshmallows right here. So great big chunk of wood that's not going anywhere anytime soon. There is a little bit of sneaky hollowness in here, but it still should last me 5 to 10 years before it falls apart. So we'll see if that works. So that is it for sweat number 3 for today. I'm gonna go clean up, I'm gonna go prepare dinner, and we're gonna finish the night with a good old-fashioned bonfire. Well, good morning, everyone. Overcast morning, 50 degrees, beautiful night's sleep in the RV. My body's sore. It was a good couple days up at Bonsai Acres, and you know, today, I'm just gonna clean up, pack up, and probably head out. But not before I just stop and appreciate all that's happened so far. My friend Mark came up, helped me put a couple of trees in the ground. We got some more lilac plants, the mini dwarf Koreans. Those are gonna be fun for a workshop one day with triple root bonsai. So appreciated him coming up just for a few hours. That's what this place is meant to be, having people come up here. And he helped me weed. He said, Dave, do you wanna help me weed the first fence area? Oh my gosh. Can't thank him enough for doing that. It's looking really nice in there. Worked on the river a little bit, had myself an incredible fire. And then just walking around to the firewood storage facility, seeing that cute little pile of wood. Got to be a lumberjack just for a little bit on this trip and get started. You know, it's slow progress, and I'm stopping to relax more, and that's okay. I need the rest, my body needs to recover. And I've got so much time up here, so much time to come. As excited as I am to get this cabin going, it'll be there, it'll happen. Peace, solitude, being one with nature, looking at my trees, working the land, one of the most therapeutic places for me to be. Well, looky there. Upon an inspection of my trees this morning, I noticed something I didn't see before. Critter chew all the way around the PA. Now this has happened to me before, and this will stay alive for weeks. because of all the moisture in the leaves and the trunk. So, trunk chop, maybe here, there, 4 new trees. Have to set that one aside and bring it home and do some work on it. Truth be told, I still don't work on my trees enough up here at Bonsai Acres. But I've been doing a little bit more, trying to focus. I pulled out the Dremel yesterday and almost started to carve this amber maple. Big clump. It was a 5-trunk, 6-trunk amber. Chopped one back here earlier in the day. This one's been chopped. This is chopped, 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 chopped. Just 2 years old right here. 2 years old, back here 2 years old, back here 2 years old. So there's tons of roots down there throwing out growth. These grow like weeds. But I thinned this out. I took out about 1/3 to 1/2 of the foliage and just got a little bit more air into the tree, and we'll let it shoot up for the rest of the year. But I did put some pruning shears to a tree this trip as well. Just didn't have the camera on. I wanted to be at peace and just, dive into the tree. So more work on trees, certainly coming up in the future as well. I tell you, quiet morning Shinrin Yoku's, boy, there's not much like it. And so I'll drive home, and for about an hour and a half, I'll think about what I'll do next time when I come up to Bonsai Acres. Until soon.